The other day, the YouTuber iamthatroby released a video, my problem with the Marvel movies. Going into it, I was a little concerned because I know he loves DC. However, I think the video essay he made was almost perfect. His argument is that the problem with Marvel movies are the fact that they are relying too much on comedy in recent movies. The movies he brings up are Civil War, Doctor Strange, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Homecoming, and Thor Ragnarok. I suggest you should watch Robbie's video first. The link is up there. The biggest thing I think he got wrong with this video is when he brings up Civil War. I don't think the jokes are as bad as he claims. I do agree that the Hawkeye and Black Widow joke is terrible and completely unneeded. However, the other characters that are joking are Ant-Man and Spider-Man. And that is the point of those two characters. They are jokesters, and it is the soul of their characters. If you were to have both Ant-Man and Spider-Man in the movie, and neither of them made a joke, they'd be missing something. They wouldn't be the characters that they're supposed to be. To even get deeper into the point with Spider-Man, that is the root of his character in the comics. They even brought that over into Civil War with Falcon making a reference about how much he talks during battle.
Those wings carbon fiber?
Is this stuff coming out of you?
That would explain the rigidity-flexibility ratio, which, gotta say, that's awesome.
I don't know if you've been in a fight before, but there's usually not this much talking.
All right, sorry, my bad.
Because remember, he's a 15-year-old kid, and this is the first time he's fighting people. If you go back and watch Raimi's trilogy and The Amazing Spider-Man, the biggest thing that is missing, and arguably the worst part of all the movies, is the fact that they don't have the humor that Spider-Man is supposed to have within his character. After watching Homecoming, you are getting the same Spider-Man. And that is what was supposed to be in Civil War, and I think they nailed it. And again, with Ant-Man, he also is supposed to make jokes. That is his character. Without the jokes, the characters would be hollow. Both Ant-Man and Spider-Man are outsiders in this fight, and they don't have a real connection with anyone else at this point. They are the punchline.
Sorry.
On to Doctor Strange. I think he is completely on point. I think the worst joke in it was the password joke. I think it was stupid and unneeded.
What's this, my mantra?
The Wi-Fi password. We're not savages.
I remember saying that the moment it happened in the theater. Everyone was laughing, and I was sitting there thinking, what was the point? So going into Guardians of the Galaxy, I wasn't expecting much more than jokes. I mean, the first one was filled with humor, I thought was fantastic, and I was really hoping that they'd leave the second one like that and keep all the other Marvel movies somewhat kind of serious, which hasn't been the case. The ending part with Star-Lord shooting up his father, I didn't really take it as a joke like you claimed it was. I thought it was his mentality of I can actually end him here in his rage and hatred for his father at that point. I really don't think it was supposed to be a joke. On to Homecoming, I thought it was almost a perfect movie for Spider-Man. You said it best, it knew what it was, and that is what made it so great. The Peter in that Spider-Man is perfect, witty and childish, just like he should be. They even make it a point that he's never even been to Manhattan to save people. He is still your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Now on to Thor. I hated Thor. I actually almost made a video essay just like Robbie's because I hated Thor so much. And I cannot agree with what he said anymore. Thor Ragnarok was completely ruined by scene-ruining jokes every freaking scene. Literally every scene that they could shoehorn a joke into it, they would. I can live with a few jokes, that's fine. But if something serious is happening, let's not break it just for the sake of the lowest common denominator. A perfect comparison is with Homecoming and Thor Ragnarok. When Peter is trying to make his first cool appearance and tries leaning on the door, a clip which Robbie showed in his. It's funny. He doesn't really know what to do. But then they try to make the same joke in Thor, and it's terrible. In Spider-Man, he is a kid. He's new, and his character is a freaking jokester. For Thor, it just ruins the whole atmosphere for the scene, and completely takes you out. While watching that movie, I could not get into it because every single time they had an opportunity, of shoving a joke into my face, it just ruined it for me. I laughed at some parts, but I couldn't laugh at all of them because I was just sick of having every major, real, powerful scene completely ruined. And honestly, I don't think that this is just a problem with Marvel. I think it's a problem with Disney deep down. I think Disney is trying to add more jokes to it. Look at the last Star Wars movie, when Luke gets his lightsaber back and he just throws it away. That's a strong, iconic scene that is just completely ruined because they wanted people to laugh. So recently, I lost my YouTube partnership because I don't have 4,000 hours over last year. Why that's funny is because for the first like 4 months of this channel, I had no time watch because there were no videos on it. Anyhow, I'm not getting any money from YouTube anymore because they apparently don't like me. However, thanks to my Patreon supporters, I am at least getting something, so I appreciate every single one of them.